everyone. This is the Sun Woman. I just want to take a moment to wish you a happy new year. I hope that everyone entered into 2016 with peace and harmony in their lives. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed, shared, and liked my videos, and for those who have commented, and I've been in contact with some wonderful people. I thank you so much for taking a moment to send me a lovely message, ask questions, or make some really interesting observations. It's a blessing for me to communicate with you all. Again, want to welcome you into the new year, and this is going to be an interesting month. We have Mercury retrograde, and you know, I'm sure everyone is familiar on some level with Mercury retrograde. Well, what does that mean? Well, Mercury doesn't actually move backwards, okay? If you are a stargazer in any way and you look through a telescope, it would appear when you see the planet Mercury, it would appear that it is moving backward. And this is actually the same movement that the ancient astrologers perceived thousands of years ago. What it really means is that because Mercury is the planet that's situated closest to the Sun, its orbit is much smaller, much shorter than the Earth. So about 3 or 4 times a year, Mercury speeds past Earth, and that's when we experience a Mercury retrograde period. Mercury is the planet in astrology that rules communication, that includes listening and speaking, learning, reading, editing, negotiating. Mercury also rules all forms of contracts and agreements, any important documents such as book manuscripts or contracts, deeds, leases. Computers are under Mercury's rulership, as well as transportation and travel. So when this planet goes retrograde, it really affects us all. It's not just a planetary aspect that may affect individual charts in a certain way. Mercury is a planet that is going to have an effect over all of us in our human endeavors. So it's an interesting period of time. Again, it happens 4 times a year. Now, what's fascinating for me is that, you know, we did start a new year with 2016 chronologically, but in some ways, I feel like the year is not really starting off until February, really, when Mercury goes back forward at the end of January. So Mercury is retrograde from January 5th in the sign of Aquarius. Then it's going to move backwards through Capricorn on the 8th of January and stay in Capricorn in its retrograde movement until it starts moving forward again at the end of January around the 25th. So really, what do we do during Mercury retrograde? Well, it's a good time for anything, reviewing, rewinding, renewal, revising, reversing in some way. It's a good time to look over what area of your life that Mercury is going retrograde in, and you know that by finding out where Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn, is in your chart. That's where the most influence is going to be this month. So you may find delays in that area. You may find some types of miscommunication, or you may be going back to the drawing board in some way to review your position or review a project or renegotiate something, okay? So we don't want to sign on the dotted line when Mercury is retrograde because things are kind of up in the air. The energy is very fluid, and you want to wait until Mercury goes forward before you really make a strong commitment to something. Again, signing contracts, purchasing a house, starting a new job or accepting a new job, hiring if you're a hiring manager, because what will happen is if you sign for something, or if you start something new during the Mercury retrograde period, you're going to find when Mercury goes forward that maybe there was a piece of information missing from what you had that might have made you make different decisions or go in a different direction, or people may be changing their mind through the whole Mercury retrograde period, so nothing is really going to settle until Mercury goes forward, okay? So just a little information there about Mercury Mercury retrograde, which is going to be the main planetary aspect this month for all of us. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is the individual tarot readings for each of the signs, just keeping in mind where Mercury is retrograde. And again, that is in Capricorn. Also, there is a new moon in Capricorn on January 9th, and that moon in Capricorn is going to be a cycle from January 9th until February 8th. So that is also, again, strong Capricorn energy as well. So we have the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius and Capricorn. We've got a new moon in Capricorn. A lot of activity wherever Capricorn is falling in your chart. So let's go ahead and do those readings, and then I'm going to throw a oracle card at the end just to get a final message from Spirit for this month. So thank you again for all of those of you who have subscribed, and I again appreciate your time and your energy, and looking forward to meeting more of you and communicating with more people in the new year. Thank you so much. Hello Gemini. This new moon in Capricorn is taking place in your 8th house, and that's also where Mercury is going to be retrograding most of the month. So the 8th house has to do with transformative things in our lives. It is a house with a lot of depth to it, okay? It has to do with our debts, not just on a physical plane, but what we, what we are finding as owing in our life, or what we owe to create a transformation in our life. Where there is a destructive pattern in our life and the deepest part of our psyches, that falls into our 8th house. And when there is a lot of activity there, we have the ability for tremendous transformation of outdated thought processes, and also fears and regrets or shames or guilt, any types of outmoded destructive patterns that we no longer need. Now, this 8th house also, on a less spiritual plane, has to do on the material level about monies that we are receiving, resources that we receive from someone else. It can have to do with monies that we share with a partner, a spouse. It is legacies, it is inheritances, monies that come from a bank loan or the government, taxes, anything like that. Resources are, other people's money falls in the 8th house. So you may have some activity in this month that touches on any one of those subjects on a more spiritual plane, and or also on a more material level, okay? Now, the suggestion with this new moon is that you let others help you this month. Whatever it is that you're carrying around, whatever that baggage is, whatever you've inherited from your past or from your family or from others that no longer works, you need to now re-strategize for your own personal growth, okay? You're going to look at your physical debt, if you have financial debt, and make strategic measures to do what you can to manage it, to alleviate that burden in your life. You want to make psychological room around for things that you don't give yourself credit for, so you want to really give yourself credit this month for what you have achieved and the transformations you've already created in your life. And again, make it possible for others to support you on some level, whether that is a financial level, whether it is just having your back, or listening to you, or offering you pearls of wisdom. Allow yourself to be receptive this month for what you can receive from others in your life. Don't be too proud to be receptive for those who want to support you and your growth this month, okay? All right, Gemini, let me go ahead and, oops, I'll put that back there. Let me go ahead and shuffle the cards here for you and find out what the message, wow, the cards are just wanting to really pop and jump out for you, Gemini, and that's the third one. So I'm going to take that one. And I'm going to keep shuffling for Gemini, a lot of activity. And keep in mind this, Mercury retrograde that we're going through, Mercury is your ruler. So it makes sense that this is going to affect you even more deeply than the other signs. Mercury also rules Virgo. So Virgos and Geminis are always more affected during Mercury retrogrades, but can also benefit and gain even more than the other signs out of this reverse movement of the planet. Okay, so this is my message for Gemini for this new moon in Capricorn period. Okay, another card popping there. There's another one here. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups reversed in the past. We have the Queen of Cups in the current position. We have the Six of Cups in the future position. I'm going to take this one, and then I'll pull off the top for the rest. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the crowning position, which is also the advice card. Okay, we have the King of Swords in the area that rules other people in your life. We have the Eight of Pentacles in your hopes and fears area. And we have the Queen of Swords in your potential outcome. So we've got a lot of people in this reading here. And at the base of the deck, Gemini, we've got the Six of Wands reversed, and that definitely makes sense with this Mercury retrograde. So we've got the Queen of Cups here, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, we've got the King of Swords, and we've got the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords in the potential outcome here. So a lot of what I was just speaking just now about allowing others to support you, about this month being about your resources that you're receiving from others in your life. It makes sense that all of these court cards would show up in your reading. So let's just take a look and see what the message is. So the Four of Cups is reversed in your recent past, and the Four of Cups reversed talks about coming out of a period of disillusionment or a period of boredom or a period of when, there's really just nothing that is feeding you emotionally. It seems that within this last month, you are being released from that emotional state, and something may have been offered to you or come into your life on an emotional level that has now started to enrich your life more than it was before. So on the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you have a person sitting under a tree, kind of in a deep thought, and there are three cups on the ground near that person's feet, and then out of a cloud, another cup in a hand is being offered to that person, a cup of love, but that person is kind of looking away, not even paying attention. So, there's that sense of disillusionment, boredom, being preoccupied with something else, maybe preoccupied with the past emotional situations, and not being able to see this cup of love that's being offered, this new potential situation that's being offered to touch you emotionally. Now, the good news here is that that Four of Cups is reversed, so it means that you have, on some level, awakened from that state, Gemini, and now you're ready to receive this cup of emotional satisfaction that's being offered to you. Okay? Now, the next to that Four of Cups is the Queen of Cups reversed, and that's the card that's covering you. So it's very possible that this Four of Cups was being offered to you, or is being offered to you, by the person that's being represented by this Queen of Cups. This could be a water sign energy, which is Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, or someone that has those planets strong in their chart, or who's demonstrating expressing that type of watery emotional energy. Now, this is this Queen of Cups is reversed because on some level this Queen is blocked. She has love to offer. She's a very emotional person. She is a very intuitive person. But for some reason, there are things going on with this Queen that are not allowing her energies, her creativity, her love, her intuition to flow in a healthy and positive way. This could be your partner, the person that you are involved with. Now, this could also be your own energy. If that Four of Cups has to do with your emotional state, the Queen of Cups reversed energy is, still kind of that energy lingering. So now you are being asked to right yourself right side up and accept this Four of Cups, this cup of love that has previously been offered to you. The Eight of Cups, the 8th house, which is again being highlighted for you this month, also has to do, that's the house of sex. And so, there may be, someone, a partner who has come into your life who has this to offer you. You may be holding yourself back on some level, or you are, becoming involved with a woman or a person being represented by this queen who has a very sensual, very sexual vibe, and who are you are very attracted to. But there may be something off right now that's not allowing this energy to flow freely. Okay, so we want to take a look at that and find out what that is, whether that is something that's internal that's happening, whether there is some previous heartbreak that is maybe holding that person back, or even holding you back if it's represented by you, if you're being represented by this Queen of Cups. Now, what we're looking at in the future, though, which is within the next, so let's say the next week or so, or next week or 2 weeks, the Six of Cups coming into the future. The Six of Cups is a beautiful card because it has to do with longing for the past, or longing for things to be the way they were. Now, the Six of Cups also, that's very much the traditional interpretation of the Six of Cups, but often the Six of Cups also has to do with a loving soulmate connection. Okay, someone who you become connected to, who you meet, who the connection deepens into something where you realize that this is someone very important in your life with whom you may have a past life connection. Okay, and just recognizing that. So I feel like within the next few weeks there may be a strengthening and deepening of the connection between you and this other person in your life, and really recognizing all of the things that you have in common, all of the ways that you are connected, all of your like-mindedness, a true sense of recognition on a heart level, and a heart connection opening up for you, Gemini. Okay, so beautiful card there. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is showing up in the crowning position. Again, another Queen energy. But I feel very strongly that this Queen of Pentacles energy, this is your advice card. And so this is coming up in the crowning position. And I feel like this particular Queen, what may be going on with this Queen, if this is representing someone in your life, is that there may be some type of financial difficulties going on for this Queen, and that are affecting her life right now, and maybe the burdens or the concerns that she has, the money concerns, or a sense of insecurity, or a lack of security on a material level, are really blocking her from feeling free and open to receive that that love energy from you. If this is representative of you, again, it's the same, I feel it's the same situation, that there are material concerns, the day-to-day grind, how to get the bills paid, how to make sure that, there's food on the table, how to be sure that the future is taken care of, and that there are things set in place that are going to allow her future security, retirement, or, just having money in the bank. So, I feel that the material concerns right now are really affecting, the sense of being able to open up to love. Now, with this new moon happening in your 8th house, again, we're talking about support. So there may be, if this queen is someone that you are involved with, you may be called upon to help this queen financially. You may be in a position where you can be of a financial support, and in showing that level of commitment, you are allowing the emotional connection to deepen, because you are showing an investment in some way, not just on an emotional level, but on on a life level, investing your time, your energy, your resources with this queen to be supportive. I feel that if this queen represents you, and that you are having those issues right now on a financial level, that there are people coming into your life and around you who can be supportive to you, who are emotionally connected to you, that really all you have to do is ask, and they are available to support you on some level, whether it's to assist you financially, a loan, maybe to take care of some type of expense that is weighing on you, or to help you figure out your financial picture, to help you plan or show you ways of saving and ways of making money, new ways of making money that will allow you to kind of relax into your, relax your concerns about the material things in life, and really open yourself up to more creativity, and to really allowing that emotional energy to flow and not be encumbered by your material concerns, okay? Now, in the area of your life that rules, in the area of the reading that rules other people in your life, we have a King of Swords. Now, this is another person, and I feel that this energy represents an air sign. Very interesting reading here. A lot of people, a lot of energy. The overriding message that I'm feeling before we even get to the last card is that there are people around who can help. There are people in your corner, okay? There are people with whom you have connections, or who are coming into the picture, that are going to be able to help. Here we have this King of Swords, which is representative of an air sign energy. Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. This is your card, Gemini. So very interesting that this card is coming up. There may be another air sign in your life who is going to be supportive of you, who is really going to have your back, who is a very rational person, a very intellectual person, can really help you work through the concerns that you may have right now, and become a partner. I'm feeling partnership and partnering up and joining of resources. This could be someone, if this is a business situation, something that you are emotionally invested but is of more of a professional pursuit, or a business or a company, this is someone who is going to be a partner to you, again, of air sign energy, or who is expressing that energy, who can really analyze the situation, stand back, unemotional, very logical, very rational, a very deep thinking and analytical thinker, and who can help you map things out and plan things out in a way that are going to lead to success for you and security. This is someone also who can help you work through the inner voices that are holding you back. Your insecurities, your fears, all that old programming that no longer works in your life. This is someone who can really help you work through that and be a very strong benefit to you. This King of Swords is holding that Ace of Swords, and who can really wield that sword in a way to cut through all the drama, cut through the confusion, cut through the whatever is clouding your vision. I'm looking on the card here, and it's interesting. I see two fish here, so there could also be very strong Pisces energy in this you know, in this picture for you as well. So emotional and logical energy, very strong for this king, can be very effective for you. And what is also telling me that this king is someone who is going to be supportive to you is the Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles for me is a work card. It is, you know, what you're building on a daily basis with your job, your sense of security. You're building, you know, you are building. You're moving up the ladder in some way. And so coming up in your hopes and fears area, I feel like there is a hope for you that in some way in connection with this King of Swords, you are going to be moving up in the world, either gaining more business or more money, or, you know, some type of advance financially, a promotion of sorts, or growing your company, growing your business, and that it is going to be very much in relation to this King of Swords energy, okay? So really interesting. You know, there are queens here, there are kings. Let's continue on and look at the final card here, where we have the Queen of Swords reversed in the potential outcome. So another air card again, which is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. This again can have to do, you know, keep in mind that court cards can represent male energy or female energy, whether they are a knight, a king, or a you know, a knight, a king, or a queen. It represents people. And so, you know, I'm feeling like this Queen of Swords is that air sign energy. It very much for me, I feel like this is you by the end of this cycle. I feel like you will be perhaps delaying making decisions. So all of this help here is on offer to you. All of this potential for growth, for support, for finding a way to turn things right side up, not just for yourself, but perhaps a partner in your life, for connecting with people from your past, again, in perhaps a soulmate connection, and really moving out of emotional energy that's been blocking you, or emotional energy that's blocking someone else, and moving together. I feel joining of forces. So this new moon cycle is going to be about joining forces with someone else in support of them in support of you, and really finding a way to cut through all the past baggage that you have, that other person has, using a very logical, systematic way of looking at things, building things, making plans, and focusing on ideas to create growth and to create expansion in your life. So really powerful, powerful reading here. Lots of energy, lots of help available. Growth financially, growth emotionally, and again, deep connection again. Very, very positive reading here. Interesting to me that there are no major arcana in this reading, Gemini. Even we have the Six of Wands reversed here, which I'll get to in a second. But no major arcana, which means that the energy is really there for you to affect and for you to manipulate. But I mean this in a very positive way. You know, for you to, with your own hands, with your own mind, with your own ideas, with your own logic, with your own planning, with your own intuition, with your own connecting with others, to really create a change in your life that is not so much affected by what's going on outside of you. Now again, keep in mind, we have this Mercury retrograde, but what this is telling me, that despite this Mercury retrograde, which is your ruler, you still have support that is behind the scenes, support that is connected to you, to still put plans in motion right now that you will be able to act upon once Mercury goes forward, and joining forces with people right now behind the scenes and going back to the drawing board that you'll really be able to move forward with strongly once this energy goes forward. Now the Six of Wands here reversed, again, makes perfect sense for me, because the Six of Wands talks about delays in success, but ultimately the Six of Wands is a success card. It talks about your endeavors, you being recognized for your endeavors. I feel that this is a good omen for a successful partnership, for plans, business plans, ideas that you're putting into motion, for them really coming to fruition, and for them being well recognized, well received by the outside world. Again, it's reversed because it's delayed, and again, that's the energy that's going on right now with Mercury retrograde. But understand that this is where you are able to start building where this Capricorn energy is, and so this is a very strong reading for you, lots of support and potential for movement, even though things may seem a little blocked at the moment. Okay, all right, Gemini, awesome reading. And let me just go ahead and pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here to find out what the final message is here, or what the last message from Spirit for this reading is. What is the message here for Gemini? What's the message for Gemini for this new moon in Capricorn? Okay. All right. So I get the card Round and Round here for you, Gemini. And very interesting that this card comes up, and it comes up reversed. And the reason, if you look at this card, it's an extremely spiritual card. And interesting that all of these cards, none of the major arcana came up, but this is one of the most spiritual cards in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, because it talks about Spirit asking you to recognize where you are going around and around in circles in your mind or in your life, and to make yourself get off that treadmill. Is it conditioning that you have allowed yourself to be caught up in? Family conditioning, emotional baggage that you may be still carrying you, that's not allowing you to step off of this spiral and to move into a new direction. So for some reason, you are going around and around in your head trying to decide where to go next, what to do next. And this card is telling you that you need to integrate whatever lessons that you are learning so that you can now break a cycle of behavior or of thought processes that no longer serve you. Okay, so revisiting, there's that prefix revisiting a pattern from a brand new perspective is what you're being asked to do. So are you refusing to see your own personal responsibility for repeated lessons that you don't need to relearn? You've already learned your lessons. You have to surrender now to the fact that you are the common denominator in all these repeat performances. Be happy, for this is a wonderful spot to be in. You can now see the cycles that you wish to exit. Once you figure out that you have the power to stop going round and round, you possess the key to your freedom, Gemini. Be good to yourself. It's not about blame, but accountability. You can have the abundant life filled with love and prosperity that Spirit so wants for you. All right, and that is your message, Gemini. Only you know how that applies. Only you know what that applies to. Take a moment to think about that message and see where you can allow Spirit to move in your life and to move on to your next level, to your next phase, and to your next part of your spiritual journey here, Gemini. All right, great reading here, Gemini. Again, support is there for you. You need only to ask for it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I would love to be able to do a personal reading for you that would get more in depth. Go ahead and click on the link in the information box, and that will take you to my website. You can also click on the link that is in the banner for my channel. That will take you to my website, and we'll be able to book a personal reading for you. Thank you again for your energy, for your your presence in my life. I appreciate you. I bless you, and I bid you namaste.